Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Standard Issues Behind the Seams. As you can see, I lost the T's out of there because we make more than T's, and we're not going to isolate ourselves to just that title any longer. Correct?
Yes.
This is an exciting episode today because we have we've got a couple with us whom have been helping us since day one. They've helped many of brands in the fashion space since as far back as I can remember. As far back as I've lived in LA, they've been saving some of your favorite clothing brands. Two of the most genuine, sweetest people that we know. We consider them very close family friends, but I wouldn't even say a far extension of Standard Issue Tees. Standard Issue, a very important part since the jump. So, I met them through Jared.
No.
You met them through me?
I met them through you.
And if anything, we should be doing this episode at quarters in K-Town. So I introduced to you Youngest and Paul, son of the Social Trust. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Was that good?
Huh?
The Trust Studios or the Social Trust?
We'll explain that. But yeah, the Social Trust is fine.
The Social Trust. As many people that work in the fashion space in LA know them as the Social Trust.
The Social Trust, yes.
Which I met you 2008, 2009.
Yes, 2009, I think.
And you had an awesome studio above
LA Cafe.
LA Cafe.
Yeah.
The ambiance in there was incredible.
It was really dark.
Regularly putting out fires for various streetwear brands, e-comm and or lookbooks.
Yeah, we tried. Yeah.
So I guess that's the first question is, why do clothing brands overlook the importance of e-comm?
I don't know. I think when we started, e-comm wasn't a thing. I mean, it was, but it was like, it wasn't quite an e-comm business yet.
Yeah.
In 2008.
I think direct to consumer changed that. Amazon changed that. The way we shop, the way we behave.
Yeah.
Retail stores just weren't doing it. It was harder to access. You can shop any time of the day, you know?
Yeah.
Back then we were chasing like deadlines to get things printed.
Gotcha.
Like lookbooks and, trade shows and catalogs and stuff. So like, nowadays it's different.
And everything's still, things are just moving into digital.
Like photography or just everything?
Everything, but from a photography standpoint.
Photo standpoint, yeah, I think it was fully digital at that point.
It was, all right.
Yeah, it seemed like it turned digital as soon as I got out of school.
Gotcha. Which was what year?
2006.
All right.
Yeah.
When things were still film-based, were you shooting e-comm stuff?
No. I was not shooting any product with film.
All right.
Yeah.
I was wondering, I'm like, I don't know if this is a dumb question to ask or not, but
that's a funny question because I actually never thought about like when that switched over because I can't imagine shooting product that way.
With film.
Yeah. Like I can't even imagine it.
And I get that makes sense in context to when things were moving from print, moving to web-based, digital-based stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, we graduated school coming out thinking like, oh, we're going to shoot film. I had all film cameras.
Yeah.
And then literally the first job we did was digital. And I was like,
what year?
That was 2000, actually maybe 2005, 2006. Yeah.
So art school, you grew up in LA?
Grew up in LA.
What part of the city?
San Fernando Valley.
Which is
like Chatsworth.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
When I get confused still because I don't live far from San Fernando Road, and I'm always like, is this the beginning of San Fernando Valley?
You're in Eagle Rock?
Yeah.
No.
I
don't think we consider that the valley.
But Burbank and Eagle Rock, they consider themselves an extension of that. We Valley people don't think so.
All right.
I mean, yeah, it's all the valley, but I don't think
Valley is kind of like North Hills would be the top right corner.
All right.
Yeah, I think it stops at Van Nuys for me. Maybe North Hollywood.
Van Nuys is valley to me.
Maybe.
Van Nuys is pure valley, and then it goes as far as like Woodland Hills.
Yeah.
Anything past that is Ventura County to me.
Yeah.
Very territorial.
We are.
So what does life look like for a young Paul's son running around the valley, shooting stuff with his little point and shoot, taking it to wherever you would take film to get developed back then?
My God, I don't think I shot.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't start shooting until I was like 19.
After high school?
Yeah. I was actually like an illustrator first.
Oh, get out of here.
We're not illustrator. I don't want to call myself an illustrator. I just like to draw.
Yeah.
And I got into art center first for illustration.
No
when
way.
I was like 19. My brother was already in the program. And so I was like, I don't want to do that. And then like we used to go to like all these art galleries and I just like really like photography. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just do that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That I had a really close friend that went to school there, Yoon Sewell. So what I would say with Yoon back in the day,
I do know you. I mean, I don't know him, but I was there when he was graduating.
All right.
Yeah.
Was that a Korean thing?
I was just making a Korean joke.
All right. I figured there'd be a lot of Korean jokes
Starting
going
already.
on.
And he doesn't have the mic and he's still talking.
I know.
That's all right.
Where's your mic? Anyway.
I don't have a mic today. I hope we can catch a little. I hope we can catch a little bit of it.
Ty, he's freestyling now.
Yeah, he's freestyling, yeah.
He's already gone off the cuff. But Yoon would take me there and we'd run around and I was like, I was like, for people, from people from a media side, I'm like, oh, this is like Candyland in here. You have all these studios and we'd shoot pictures and then like a week later, he'd give me these massive prints back, some of which I still have.
Yeah, dude.
To this day.
It's funny. I think my first introduction of Art Center was like going and seeing Yoon shoot there. And he was just shooting skate stuff. And I was like, oh, he kind of like, broke out of the mold and did his own thing.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of key teachers gave him shit for it.
Get out of here.
Because they're like, they want you to shoot all this different kinds of stuff. And I think he stuck to skate.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, he became like,
just shoot this guy standing there. Yeah.
Yeah. Like everyone wanted to be fashion and this and that.
Yeah.
Like he killed it. Like he came out of there.
It's strange that an art school wouldn't encourage that
Yeah.
to break the mold. Because Everard now says, and Everard is one of, he's now the director, department chair at Art Center. But he was saying that he wished that the teachers encouraged that more.
You would think of all places.
I mean, he was the only teacher back then to like encourage kids to do like what they really want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think my book during the time was all like Asian people because that's all I had access to. Because that's all I fucking knew.
Yeah,
I didn't
shoot
know
who's around you.
Yeah. You just shoot. Yeah. And then I remember my 8th term review, like the teacher was like, you should just quit. Like this ain't gonna work for you.
No way.
Yeah. And I was like just about to graduate.
Damn.
And I think Everard came out and was like, just keep doing what you're doing.
You're like, you know how much money I owe this fucking place?
I know. I was like,
You're telling me to quit?
Yeah.
That's wild. Dude.
I should have just quit though.
Nah, no way.
Would have saved you $15,000.
Yeah, that's dead.
Yeah, I know. I should have. Yeah.
I'll quit right now if you erase this debt.
I know. Seriously. Yeah. Yeah. Grew up in the valley. She grew up in the valley too.
Grew up very differently.
Very differently.
You guys know each other?
We
Yes.
did. We've known each other since 7th grade.
Damn.
It's funny because I have memory of her.
Middle
And she
school
does not have the
sweethearts.
same memory.
I don't recollect him at all, but I lived a very different lifestyle than he did when I was younger. And I was
See, so many guys
They
around.
always say,
Okay, can I tell you? Okay, I'm gonna tell you what happened.
they always circle back to
he
us.
has a story.
Okay,
I don't know if
so-
this story is true or false because he puts me in it. But
This is the sad thing because she doesn't remember anything, but I remember so vividly. But I have like my older brothers, like are like Hyungs or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Was like, I want you to date this like our, like youngest.
Uh-huh.
And so they took me to her house and I sat there waiting for her. And then she came out and then she looked at me and she's like, later. She got into like a fixed step
It's fucked
Integra
up.
and drove off. I
Do you
just
have
sat there.
any memory of jumping into a fixed step Integra?
I mean, of course I do.
It had a spoiler too. That's
Yeah.
what I bet.
Yeah, it was
But I
white.
don't remember Paul ever
Low
being in our
profile
house in
tires.
Reseda
Yeah.
at the time. Well, then a lot of people came in and out of our house in Reseda. My parents had their whole idea of how they wanted us to engage with people was that you guys can hang out at our house.
Yeah.
So like a lot of friends came over. They let guys stay over. They're like, if you guys can't drive tonight or you guys don't have a ride, to spend the night. We just left the door open. They'd crash at our house. My parents were very welcoming in that way. So how am I going to remember 7th grade Paul,
Very sad.
Wait, who brought you?
I can't. I think it was Richard, I think.
Richard Cha?
Yeah, I think it was Richard Shaw.
Doubtful.
But look, years later, you guys circle back. And now you have a beautiful
It only took
relationship.
30 years.
Beautiful business. Hey, What I say, you gotta let it go, and if it comes back, it's meant to be.
Yeah.
This was meant to be.
I think a lot
This was
had to
meant to
happen
be.
in our lives before it brought us together.
Yeah. I think everything happened for a reason.
So when you, so we're gonna get back to this. When you exit art school,
Mhm.
out into the world, you got a camera. Do you have any direction at what you want to do with your career at that point, or what you want to have a career in?
Yeah, actually. So like, I think when I was 19, like me and my brother, because he was like illustrator, I was like going to go into photography and this and that. We're like, we should start an agency together.
Oh, that's
Like
awesome.
we should work together.
Damn,
And
big agency talk back then.
back then, yeah, we were like 20. Because you know, all we
forward thinking.
it was like
Yeah.
we were like, oh, I mean, like, and we could both like films and we should do all this, you know,
Yeah.
like all these dreams or whatever. And then I was like, well, we don't know shit, so we should go to school and learn all of it at least. And so, you know, like things happen, you know, as we go. And I started meeting a lot of these different friends. And then I started shooting for my buddy Ricky, who had a magazine called Evil Bonito.
Oh, get out of here.
You guys remember that magazine? Yeah. So for a while, it was like really big.
Damn.
And we were like shooting it. We were like just kids. Like we made like fake IDs to get into like shows and stuff. So it was fun. And
On
then
film. I
on
bet.
film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, so many films that didn't come out because
That's the beauty of it. You didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was cool. It was fun. And then like as I was coming out of Art Center out like my last term, I realized that no one was working. Like I'm sure there was a lot of photographers like shooting and stuff, but there was not many that I can connect with.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, because everyone's trying to get to that top level of like fashion or whatever, right? So I was like, I spent too much money at this school and I'm not going to work. Like, fuck
There's
that.
no streetwear then at that point either. You're either like
I don't think the term
you're either
streetwear
like,
existed
yeah, you're either
yet.
ground level or you're super on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't think that term existed yet. Because for
Let's
us,
just skate then.
yeah, it was like skate culture, but like for us,
early 2000s.
yeah, like we were running around like Culver City, you know, like Washington, there was like art galleries there.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's like, you know, we would like chase around those art shows like Retina and Jose Partlet, like all those dudes, like, or like Shepard Fairey, you know? So like for us, it was graffiti and hip hop and all this other shit that was more street, considered street for us, I guess, not so much skate, at least for us. And then, so as we were graduating, I was like, with that same mentality of like, we should create an agency. We just got a bunch of friends that like were shooting, video, designing, and all this other stuff. And we just got together and started the Social Trust. And then we had our opening. I got our studio 6 months before I graduated and we opened the opening.
So that's why I wanted to ask you that awesome space that you had in 2010, 2009. I never knew you had the space prior to.
Yeah.
But it was more than just a space.
Yeah. We had like, because originally we
More
were
than
going to
just
be
a studio. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was the studio was in the back. We were actually like a store, like like just appointment only store. And then we did branding, we did design work, we did video, and then
A little bit of everything.
a little bit of everything. Yeah.
The design work that you guys were doing was for companies within worlds that we knew, or was it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So the guy that he was older than us, Peter James Lee, super talented dude. Like he worked for like Puma way before that. And they were all working at like Hudson Jeans.
Oh, get out of here.
And then,
Hudson.
yeah, you remember that?
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
like
yeah,
that day. It was like during that time, like 2005-ish, mid. This is like when Magic was like popping.
Yeah.
You know, like you see like,
Expensive men's jeans brands like that.
Yeah.
Brands like that were like,
this was like that heyday.
yeah, we're elevating.
Yeah.
Rogue and stuff.
Yeah. All that shit. Yeah. And then, he came in and started doing some like, he was the branding guy
Gotcha.
and designer. And then Ricky was like the face of the company
Uh-huh.
because he was the guy with like the connections and he was like the writer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was a photographer and then my family put the money up.
Oh, no way. Damn.
So, but I was like super shy and I was like, I'm just going to be in the background.
Well, it's generally the guy that's way in the back that generally has the hardest disciplines that are most demanding.
Well,
This guy, you know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
But it speaks to the importance of what you do and your value moving past this space too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like we had a mission, like
Yeah.
I wasn't going to like fucking, if everyone left, I was still going to do it.
Yeah.
Like there's no like turning back at that point,
When you guys then opened the Social Trust Studio, so we met through Gourmet, and it was always samples are in, hurry up and get them to Paul as fast as you can, and see how quickly he can get these pictures back, like maybe the next morning. So not realistic, but it seemed like that was the case with everybody.
That was like everybody, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, dude, it was.
I think that was the cadence up until I showed up in his life. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
In all honesty,
Yeah.
yeah. I think like the second that happened, and then I basically took the company myself and was like running it, and I was on Spring Street now. Yeah, dude, I was like, I think from that point on, it was just nonstop.
I would just watch because I'd go to get coffee, and every day I lived at the building next door, so all day I just would see like basically mutual friends just with like rolling racks and boxes on dollies coming in and stuff. Like at that point, what brands are you saving the lives of? What brands are you?
I wouldn't say
that.
What were we shooting? We were shooting the 100. So after I separated from all my partners at the time, like I had no fucking like clients. Like it was like I literally went into the middle of my studio and laid down Starfish. I was just like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
But it's so funny. So like right that same moment, Alyasha hit me up. And
He's the man.
He's the man. He hit me up. He heard about what happened. And he was like, why don't you come down and shoot fiber ops for me?
Get out of here.
And so I was like, fuck yeah. So I drove down to San Diego and then shot fiber ops. And then he got me into the Hype Beast.
Shot just e-com stuff for him or lifestyle stuff?
Lifestyle and
right.
e-com. And then he got me on Hype Beast for some, like, just for his lookbook.
Yeah.
And then he introduced me to like Buscemi. And we started shooting Gourmet. And then he hooked me up with Bobby, Ben.
Do the hundreds.
Yeah. So I met Bobby back when he was at San Diego.
Gotcha.
San Diego. Because he was friends with Ricky.
All right.
And then, just like through other shit, I ended up like actually working with him because of Ollie.
Gotcha.
And then from that came like Clay and then Hall of Fame. And then it just turned into like snowballed. Yeah. It was from like 0 to like 15 to like 20 clients.
Get out of here.
Yeah. And then our buddy like Patrick Torres Wright, who was at Oliver Peoples at the time, was still hooking us up with like lookbooks to that.
Get out of here.
And then like those core people were like, that's, the ones that like built space.
I will say this, and I don't know, because I think because you've anchored people's e-com portion of their brands, what's gotten overlooked over the years is how beautiful your editorial work really is. I swear to God, you look at his pictures,
Thank you, bro.
like it's like incredible,
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
And I think it shows. Even if you just look on the website, it's like it shows how far your range really is with photography.
I hope so. Yeah.
It looks like stuff that should sit in billboards, or sit in
Thank you.
huge printed magazines in those bookstores, or, the magazine shops in Tribeca.
It was funny. I was like a master of none for a long time, like just like I was just doing little of everything. And I didn't have, I was like focusing on like trying to be the editorial guy.
Yeah.
And then, but still trying to make my bread and butter of the product stuff. And so I was going back and forth, and I never had like, it was hard. It was like just trying to figure out how to do this. And then until she came along, because it gave me the, yeah, because the business part, yeah, she kind of like straightened me up. Yeah.
But even when we, back in the day, it's like even when we first started doing JSP stuff, it was like, we'll go to Paul's and shoot on body stuff and shoot like, we'll get as creative as we could possibly get, like you'd be like, here, just go stand on those pallets over there, but even those pictures, when I look back, I'm like, man, they're like really, really good pictures.
It's fun. Yeah. It was fun back then. Yeah.
What, where was, because obviously nowadays everyone's a lifestyle photographer. Everyone, it's like, what for you, where like consciously, what may have kept you from just chasing that part of photography? Was it a business decision, or?
I think it was a business thing, because I think, we didn't have any like financial backing.
Yeah.
We were always just trying to make every month, happen basically.
Yeah.
And like it's freelance. So, and then when you shoot product, you get stuck in like a bubble, and then everyone just knows you as that guy.
Yeah.
And so the reason why earlier when you're saying, is it the Trust Studios or the Souls Trust, we had to separate it because the people that had product photography done with us, they wouldn't know that we shot lifestyle.
Oh, get out of here.
And vice versa. So if we did lifestyle, they would not know that we shot product. Because usually like, one, like someone does one or the other. Yeah. So the reason why we made that moniker was so that we can do that as a business. And then Paul Sun, I can do it as a photographer.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's kind of like what now that the business side is running smoothly with the help of Youngins, as like a legitimate real business.
Yeah.
Then I can like concentrate on shooting campaigns and stuff, So.
Navigating essentially what, like, since we met over the last 5, 10, 15 years, what has that path been like for you as a photographer? I guess personally, professionally, if there were things you would look back on and change or adjust, are there things that stand out? Because I think the fact that all of these years later, you're still doing it speaks to how great you guys do business and how great your product is.
I think there's a lot of resilience on his end because I think he's been through the ringer as a photographer. And so I would say a lot of resilience as well.
Yeah. I mean, I almost damn near gave up. Like, I was like, I just want to work at Target.
How many times?
I almost wanted him to give up.
Actually, right before the pandemic.
Really?
Like literally up until the pandemic hit, I was like, I'm fucking done. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like too much like PTSD.
Yeah.
Like I was getting to the point where like emails and text messages were giving me anxiety. It was just like, it was horrible.
Yeah. He would ask me to mute my phone because he hated the sound of text messages.
Yeah. Damn. I think till this day, like I can't.
So like all our phones are in silent at home.
That's why I remember I told you, I was like,
no, there's times where even as of late where it's like, he's like, Jimmy, please email Young. Yeah. And I'm like, I totally sorry.
He has major PTSD. Like even when I text him, he'll get upset sometimes. I'm just like, you want me to email you?
That's different.
I'm fine. Like email you. And then if I call him, he's like, why are you calling me? Text me. So it's a lose-lose.
When you say prior to the pandemic, you're shooting where at the art? Because you went from 6th and Spring and then you had that beautiful space down in the Arts District.
No, we went from 6th and Spring to the Hundreds office.
Oh yeah.
We were stuck in Vernon.
Gotcha.
Which was a good deal because we were shooting, they were like one of our retainer clients. And so like we worked out a deal where we can have our studio there, which is like amazing because it was like a 3-story building for us. And like we had like 8 employees. Like it was great. Like we grew big and it was a good time. And like, but like, man, it wore everyone down.
Yeah.
I started seeing like our workers like lose their mind a little bit, like they were they were having anxiety attacks and like, so was I, but like, I felt like all that suffering for like no reward, and then we were just at that point saying yes to everything. Cause the more employees you have to say yes to everything.
Yeah.
Just to like pay their payroll and stuff. And then, I realized I was like, man, we're really like fucking shit up right now. We're not like, it's not quality. It's all quantity.
Doing more harm.
I felt like that at some point.
For the sake of making sure you're making the money.
Because we were shooting brands like Amiri before he turned into Amiri. Like we were shooting like all kinds of stuff. And like I felt like I was so detached from it that like everything kind of slips through the cracks. And so when you see it like on Instagram or something, you're like, fuck, like why was that not done correctly?
Why was this done like this?
Yeah, like who shot, And it's no one's fault. It's just it's because we're like moving so fast. Quality controls.
It's a trip that such an important and essential part of the business is like, it's almost like overlooked and extremely undervalued.
Yeah.
And it's like, actually the other start, like some guy just like standing there in the fucking street, brainless, taking a picture is like the easiest component of it,
Yeah.
You fix your fucking exposure. It's like, like whatever, it's like, like that part, the part that you anchored for brand is the most meticulous. And even when we started, it was like, well, who's going to do it? It's a no brainer. It's going to be.
Yeah. I mean, Paul, I think I think you kind of built the aesthetic for us in the beginning. I think you really did. You really did build this.
I'm happy to
for
do
us,
that.
like at the beginning of standard issue. For sure.
Yeah. And then even when we've moved in and we're doing like on body stuff and like, you know, obviously we give people a lot of freedom and stuff that you've given back to us is like, yo, we would have never thought to shoot things that way. And,
Yeah,
you know,
it was fun. I think that was like the fun of it. Like,
Yeah.
like working with people like you guys was different than working with.
You do work best when the clients give you the creative freedom. It's just a lot of clients come with us with a set idea and they want them Paul to execute that idea, which then takes away his creativity. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like when he does have that creative freedom, he tends to enjoy the work more and it shows in the pictures.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's like the differences now. We get to get cut out all
things
the
that changed.
Yeah, things don't change.
So pre-pandemic, 2019 this year, like I'm gonna throw the fucking towel in.
Yeah, dude. I was done. I was like, I think we were down to like fucking.
You had a lot of clients at that point?
We did up until then. And then we, at the end, like towards the pandemic, like we had like none.
Really?
Which was fine with me.
And it wasn't we then. It was just singular you.
And this is as a result of the pandemic.
It was just me before. I'm sorry?
No, this isn't as a result of the pandemic.
No, this is like before. And it was just like one of those things where I was just like, you know, like when you dread to wake up the next day and, you know, start the new day. It was like, I was like, if I'm not happy to go into my own studio, then why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so that pandemic was like amazing. If it was like a reset.
Really?
It was like, yeah, dude, it was awesome.
The reset kind of happened because the pandemic happened. We decided to lose the studio. There was no in-person shoots anymore, so it was just overhead we were paying for that we didn't need. Then I got laid off. And then it was just like, what do we do now? Yeah. And then so we're like, okay, let's just combine powers and see what happens.
It was very scary.
So like it was a refresh for I think the both of us, not knowing how it would pan out.
Who were you working for prior to, Young?
I was working at Goop.
Okay. And so Goop let you go. And how long after you got let go did you guys say like, yo, what are we even doing?
I mean, I always tried to help. Even when I wasn't a part of it at all pre-pandemic, I tried to insert myself because I felt like they needed more operational and business help.
He needed more operational.
Yeah, because I couldn't do it. Yeah.
So I did try to insert myself here and there when I could, and he let me fix things. I slowly did, and then it wasn't until I got laid off from. I was like, okay, well, let me just fully dive into this and see what we can make out of this. And
was there, you know, I for a brief period tried to work with Devin. Worst idea ever, yo.
Really?
Like, yeah, it was awful, you know. And it's like, yeah, no. If personally this wasn't going to work, emotionally this ain't going to work. I'm not even going to try to handle business sides of it.
How long did that last, though?
Oh God, man, maybe 2-3 months.
Oh, okay,
you gotta stick it out.
I was like, yo, you need to get a real manager.
You had to stick it out. I think for a year we fought. There were tears. There was yelling.
I cried.
There was talks of me quitting and me going back to my full-time job and me saying, "You do this on your own if you're not going to listen."
Yeah.
Like we fought a lot.
And most of it was because I was so stuck in the old ways
He's
of like
super duper stubborn. He just didn't want to change his ways. I'm like, we can't run our business this way. Like the numbers have to make sense and they're not making sense. You just can't say yes to everything.
I was like, it's Sunday. He needs it by Monday.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So, I mean, it took a full year, I think, for me to come to a realization of like what battles I should try to win and what battles I'll let him have. So, I mean, it was hard. The first year was really hard.
But it's nice now because now we can like really concentrate on like quality clients.
Yeah.
And we can do quality work. And I don't necessarily have to like hire a team and I want to do it myself, you know?
That allows you guys to have quality time.
Yeah.
Outside of the work.
Man, we see each other every single
We
minute of the day.
work together.
Yeah.
We live together.
Yeah,
we
but
do
to have
everything
brainless,
together.
not brainless, but to have time that's like, this has nothing to do with
Oh, we do that.
work, you know?
Yeah, we do that.
love doing nothing.
Yeah, we do.
That's good.
Well, You love doing nothing. I go crazy.
Yeah. So I give him his days, you know, like he's like, I'm going to go to the record shop. I'm going to go to the camera store. I'm going to drive and fly my drone. I'm like, go have fun, baby. Do your thing.
and the whole time, Mandu's just barking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So for those that don't know, they have got two beautiful dogs, Katsu and Mandu. Mandu he's got a personality that's all
so special.
He just barks the whole day. You know?
So special.
He's a
He'll let me
COVID
pick
baby.
him up for like 10 minutes and then he start barking at me.
You're the only person that he lets pick up like that.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Damn.
Otherwise, he's just like shaking ferociously.
I
Like,
wish we could have brought them today.
I know. I was going to. There's too many people here. Too
he would have
many
been-
guys.
He would have
Mandu
been
would've been
very
barking out.
upset
Yeah.
every time someone moved.
He's crazy, bro. He's crazy. Like, I'm glad that we got him, but yeah, he's
Also,
crazy.
that was a pandemic rescue.
Yeah. I remember.
Pandemic rescue.
Yeah.
So, but the pandemic really forced you, or not forced you guys, but it allowed you guys to really, at that point with all of the brands that you're working for, did it give you guys the upper hand in all decision making in terms of who you're going to shoot, what kind of time frames we're actually talking about, deliverables?
Yeah.
Like did it allow you to get your life back essentially?
Yeah, it did. It did. Yeah. So, yeah.
It's really started with cutting the fat.
All right.
You know,
Yeah.
like there were some people, some clients that kind of I felt like took advantage of us. Would drop things off on the weekends. Would show up at our house at 10 p.m. on a Tuesday. You know, like
I think we did
it
that.
was
Talking about us.
We're looking at you.
like it got to the point where I looked at Paul and I was like, no, just no more. Like it's
You
violating.
said 10 p.m., not 10 a.m. I was there at 10
10
a.m.
p.m.,
Okay,
10
come on.
I was there
p.m.
at 10 a.m.
Yeah, yeah.
They would come on speakerphone.
Yeah, I'm in bed by 10 p.m.
Yeah, they're on speakerphone talking to someone else, come to our door to drop off one t-shirt, knock on our door, and then push our
And then run, yeah.
They leave the t-shirt on the handle,
peephole
on the knob.
open.
And then they're like haggling money in their Range Rover. And we're
Or
like,
no, it was a
bro.
G-Wagon. They would roll up in a G-Wagon and not want to pay us like the $150.
Why are we discussing money when you're driving?
So I was just all like
Yeah.
no, we're
Yeah.
not doing those anymore. I want people that respect us, that care about us, and the service we provide. Like none of this like favor. Like Paul's so kind and sweet that he just never says no.
Such a different concept, you know.
And mine is like your time is money. My time is money. When we're not working, we are not working. So like we need boundaries.
Yeah.
We just needed boundaries.
I connect him there with him there.
Yeah. I mean, it's not healthy.
He's
That's
got
why.
trouble saying no to people.
I can't say
Yeah.
no. That's my problem.
But here's the thing.
And he's such a good, like he can turn on the mean business face good.
Oh, me
You
too.
know? And I
I don't think he says that, but I don't think so.
yeah.
No,
I
you
was gonna
got.
say you're like me.
That's when everyone tries to talk
Yeah.
money with me. I just slide them to Jared.
Oh, me too.
I'm like, no, he'll handle it.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? 'Cause if it's me, it's like, oh yeah, whatever you need, we got it. Man, you fucking got
We're
it.
definitely good cop,
Yeah.
bad cop
Yeah.
in this as well.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like when we were in Spring Street, holy shit, it was just like open door policy. Like,
Net what? What are we talking here? Net 90? Net 120 at this point?
dude, I don't
No,
think.
he wasn't even sending out invoices. He's like, I don't have time for that. So he would do the work, not send out
Yeah,
invoices.
there were probably so many times I didn't get paid for
Man,
shit.
we need to go collect.
He doesn't have
Who has
a.
the energy.
I've dug through his emails like years and years to try to put things together. I still till this day cannot. So
What do
it's
you just do?
lost.
Search invoice or search? What do you like? How would you go back and try
I've
to-
literally sat there scrolling through his emails, 50 emails at a time through his Paul at the Social Trust email, just looking for things that I can connect things to.
Yeah.
Like we've had a collections agency reach out to us from like modeling agencies that were never paid. So then I have to go backtrack and pay them. Like it was a lot of cleaning up,
Damn,
cutting
yeah.
the fat.
It took a lot, like a whole year to like fix everything.
It's a
It was
lot
crazy.
though, man. It's a
It was a lot.
demanding.
It was a lot.
It's a lot of moving
Yeah.
parts. You
I
know?
mean, I basically ran a business without actually doing the business part of it. Yeah.
That's
it was
okay.
really
I mean,
fucked up.
that's
Yeah.
the create. You know, like every organization, you need
Yeah. You need that partner.
partners or you just need the structure. Keep it.
Yeah. You need that Jared.
Um,
Yeah.
and to tell you times like this is not going to make sense. You know. I don't think
Nothing makes sense.
What? Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So everyone is freaking out in the years of COVID chaos, and you're just in the crib just chilling at this point, huh?
Yeah, it was nice,
You're like,
dude.
this is the life.
It was nice. It was crazy because I was like, man, I was just about to give up, and I was like, man, fuck everybody, fuck all this shit. And then we got a call from Randy. You know Randy Nakajima?
Yeah, hell yeah.
At Huff.
Randy at Huff.
And he totally put like all his faith back into my, because he's such a good kid. Dude, he's like good at what he does. He's like
called
respectful.
and revived Paul's faith in people because he had said things like, I had been following you guys. I've always admired your work. We want to work with you. And I think for Paul, that was just what he needed to hear because he had lost faith in everybody and what he was doing and what he wanted to do. And then that was kind of the revival of us working together and the social trust starting over.
Yeah. Like people like Randy and like Chase was there. But just the Huff team was like really fun to work with again. Cause like the first iteration of Huff that I was introduced to when like Keith was there, I think Gino was running it. Like it was like a streetwear company.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, you know, the same
Yeah.
as everyone else. So I was like, dude, I can't do that.
Well, I remember when Big Mike, when he was designing there, he's like, it's like a bunch of skate rats. Like,
Yeah.
like dirt, like they literally said dirtbag crew.
Yeah, yeah.
That, but
That's so funny. I forgot
that's the
that.
beauty of the company.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Like once you look behind the veil, you're like, fuck, how these guys making this shit
Yeah.
happen, you know?
But this like new
Every
generation
company,
was
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Like they're all like younger dudes. And I was like, oh, they got their shit going.
And
like,
they cared.
They cared,
a
yeah.
lot. So Randy and Chase were like the power couple for us. Like they were so organized. They're communicative. They understood where we were coming from because Randy had a photography background. So like he never took advantage of that. He understood what timelines
What year
made
did you
sense.
guys start working with, or what month and year did you start working with Huff?
2020?
Okay.
I guess like right when the pandemic.
Same year Keith passed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually right before.
All right.
Right before. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Like I didn't know Keith well. I mean, I've only met him a handful of times. Like my first like shoot that I did with Buscemi for Oliver Peoples. We
Use Keith.
went to
get
his
out of here.
house.
Oh, that's sick.
And like I think like Hani was like the dude in the back sleeping in the room in the back.
No way.
Like, you know?
Yeah.
And now he's like creative director. So like that was a long time ago.
That was one of our, I think we did one of the first collaborative projects with Keith with Huff after Keith had passed. Keith had come here. You had talked to him about doing Metropolitan stuff. Hani and Keith had, and I was like, what the fuck? What's
Yeah.
Keith doing? And they had connected. But I was always such a huge fan of Keith growing up.
Yeah, he's
skating
dope.
wise, and
Yeah.
still to this day.
Yeah.
You shot our Huff JSP stuff.
I did.
Yeah. And the product, the overlays and everything were incredible, He's like, those are the type of shots where I'm like, God, it's so nice when companies have those type of shots for like social media and stuff, And then you deliver them. I'm like, yeah, fuck, I forgot what they do for these guys. Like the whole package.
Yeah. I mean, they got a good team there now. So I'm happy that they're still like moving and doing stuff. So
you rebuild through the pandemic with Huff,
Mhm.
other brands from that point that you decided to bring in-house.
yeah.
Are you able to name some of them? If you don't mind?
Yeah, no, of course. Who are we shooting with right now?
Right now?
Or then, think
back then?
21, 22, 23.
It's so funny.
So big bags of weed at your house there.
Yes, we shoot for a lot of cannabis companies.
What is shooting in that world like?
It's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
We got a lot of free weed.
There was no precedent for this type of marketing or advertising.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like literally no one has any idea of what works, what doesn't work. So they were just kind of like, we just need shots.
Yeah.
And then they gave us the green light to just do whatever we need. And once in a while they're like, we have an idea. A stack of weed shaped in a cake.
Yeah.
And so they would bring 2 pounds of weed to our house and then we just stack it in the shape of a cake and shoot it,
And
on
they're
a
like, we
cake
can't-
stand.
yeah,
and like
and-
that would be our shoot,
Yeah. And they're like,
So-
we can't take it. So now we have 2 pounds of weed in our house.
Yeah.
You guys even smoke weed like that?
No. A lot of friends.
All right.
Let's go to Paul's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
friends got bonuses.
You would walk
like-
away with some kind of weed product.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just started
From our house.
slanging the weed.
It was our party
What you
favor.
should have done.
Yeah, I should have. Damn it. See,
Did you ever?
opportunity.
There's a photo on your website. The lady's holding like a massive pot leaf. That was what you guys went to visit one of their grows or something.
Yeah, we went to like Palm Desert. They had this like, how big was it? It was so big, dude.
The grow was or the leaf? Because in that picture,
All
the
of
leaf
it.
is like
All of it.
massive,
They
yeah.
like if they were just to trim it. I mean, the plants were more than my height themselves,
Man.
and they were just trimming it off, and like we would get maybe like there'd be like 2-3 feet.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude, they were like in lab coats walking around. Like, they look crazy, man.
We had to wear
Yeah, the
we had to wear lab coats.
You have to get like
Yes.
desanitized before you
Yeah.
spray down.
Some rooms
Some
do.
rooms, yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, it was, you can't like cross pollinate things.
Yeah.
So we had to
So
be
we would
very
have to
careful.
change all of our clothes.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts.
So the complexion of the brands that you guys shoot now is pretty diverse.
It's very different. Yeah. So we'll shoot anything from like Simple Human, like trash cans, to like eyewear brands. We shoot like right now for like Barton Pereira.
Still Garrett Light.
Garrett Light a little bit. I think
Shout out
there's
to
stuff.
Garrett.
Shout out to Garrett. Yeah, a lot of things have changed over there.
All right.
Really, we kind of follow around Patrick. Really.
There you go. Hey.
Yeah, we're still good friends with
We don't
Patrick.
follow Patrick. I think Patrick likes working with you.
No, that's
I know.
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. See, we
No, I love-
still
I
need
love
to switch
Patrick.
this
Yeah.
mentality.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's like very few people have like we have like still strong relationships with, and
Yeah.
Patrick's definitely one of them. So like, if any day that we could just shoot with him, it's
Yeah.
like, obviously a good time. And then who else do we shoot with? Oh, we shoot like Caterpillar.
Oh, get out of here.
They're a really good brand to work with.
Huge.
Huge.
And
yeah.
the sweetest clients.
Sweetest clients. Yeah.
They all work out of Bozeman and
Where's
They're
that?
just-
Idaho?
Montana.
Montana.
Montana. All right.
Yeah. we
They're
can't wait to go out
super
there.
sweet people. Like the lead time to get, they'll give us like a month and a half lead time. Like like I mean, it's hundreds of items, but they
All
also
gnarly workwear or what?
work around lifestyle.
Their lifestyle stuff is really good.
And
Yeah.
they're moving into kind of like the Carhartt work in progress. They have like a workwear line that they're trying to make into streetwear. So that comes out of London.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
So
actually really good.
they're making moves. So it's nice to work with them.
They're like, fund the project. Just sell one of those. What are those things called?
Oh, yeah.
Tractor.
Yeah, the tractor,
Just
yeah.
like, just sell one of
Have
those.
they,
and cover it.
have they had you guys shooting their big machinery yet?
No.
No, so
not yet.
that's completely separate.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
all of the different types and products are all separate
All right.
businesses and companies.
Gotcha.
Probably licensed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's Summit Resources, and they license all the Caterpillar stuff, and they do all their clothes. So
Yeah, we should like little brands like actually they're not.
Yeah.
You guys are definitely part of our family, so that's definitely there. We shoot for like overtime.
Honor-
Oh, get out of here.
Honor the gift.
Honor the
Damn.
Gift, up and coming brands like Ryoko Rain, a lot of athletic.
Yeah, we're finding a lot of niche
Where?
brands
Yeah.
Yeah,
like 100 Thieves.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like because they have a core audience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like they might not be big in the streetwear culture, but like all the kids were fans of it.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
overtime, that's a unique company to be shooting because that's just essentially like it's like a university / like D1 experience for kids that don't
Yeah,
want to go.
that
Yeah,
get
the
paid at the
yeah,
same time.
yeah.
Mhm.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, no,
So we
it's-
saw the documentary. I was like, oh shit.
No, I mean,
It's-
and there's a lot of really credible ex NBA players and ex
Yeah, dude.
agents and stuff because it's like, that's a NCAA is a broken business model, so it's like they created an alternative for kids
Yeah,
that don't wanna go to
100%.
school.
Yeah.
How do you
Yeah.
connect with a company like that?
Our
can't
good
remember.
friend Edgar Martinez at Honor the Gift.
You say Edgar Martinez.
So Edgar, we met through Randy as well. Randy's been like the hub of like connections. Yeah, Randy's
Shouts
the
to
guy.
Randy,
Yeah.
Shout out to Randy. We love you. But he connected us with Edgar, and then we started shooting for Honor the Gift. And then from there, we just kind of like branched, like, then Edward Conroy at Overtime reached out to Edgar, and Edgar's like, you should use these guys. And then that's how we got connected with them. So it's all been, our business has fully run on word of mouth and referrals, which has been super great because then we don't have to like fight for the work, you know?
You've been doing right by people for decades. So it's like, I believe when you do that, when you're that good to people, the universe can't be that shitty. You know, it's like,
I mean, I try to.
I try to.
It got you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
yeah, I mean, we try to definitely, obviously, like, you know, because like if you care about the brand, I care about the brand.
Yeah.
It's, I think the second that you like kind of like she was saying, like disrespect us or treat us, you know, kind of poorly, then, you know, you got to like
Young's
second
got
guess
what, a
that.
2-strike rule or 1 strike?
Yeah, now it's like a 1 strike.
Depends on how
bro.
bad the 1 strike is.
Yeah, it depends on how bad it is.
Emails are getting blocked.
No, I mean,
you get filtered right into that.
This past week, I had to an email a client and say, we don't want to work with you anymore. Like, they wanted a credit for an issue back in December. They never let us know there was an issue in December, and they let us know now. And I was like, okay, that's 1 strike.
That was mainly my problem, though, because I was on a juice cleanse, and I was really upset about it.
What?
Okay. Oh, my God.
I was upset. I was like,
Damn.
I'm so hungry, but
Paul,
I was pissed, bro.
Just make sure you feed Paul if you ever want him to be in a good mood. Just like carry candy in your pocket, a granola bar, whatever it is.
You were hungry and you snapped on him?
It was my second day of this
Tuesday,
cleanse, and I was so
He
pissed.
lost it.
I lost it. She sent me a burrito, and I felt so much better. I like love everybody.
On the art director
He
of the
loses
shoot or
it.
something?
No, I just like
I can't even
everybody.
imagine that.
He
Dude, I
loses
lose
it at
it.
me about the client.
Damn.
And then I'll be like, okay, calm down. If you don't want to work with them anymore, I will email them. And then we resolved the issue because I got on the phone with the owner of the company and the Paul walks by. Okay, we'll keep them. And I'm like, okay.
It's really because if I had to read through 4 emails to shoot 5 shirts, it drives me insane.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
Especially when I'm hungry.
I mean, I kind of feel like sometimes the smaller businesses set us up for failure because they're so unorganized and they're in startup mode, but they throw us their clothes like, here's 1 shirt. And then 2 days later, here's 2 more. We need it on the same day as the first shirt. We're going to send 1 more on Friday, but we need a group shot. So hold off on, like, it's just like, oh my God, what's happening? You know, like, and then they do that every week.
This is particularly with like printables and stuff, huh?
Yeah. I mean, like at some point we have to kind of get used to that because I think that's the new business model. No one's doing seasons anymore.
Well, that's what I say. Yeah, it's like
everyone's doing drops, right?
Cut and sew, you get all your production, your samples in, or you get production. It's like, all right, everyone's like, obviously pre-sale is so huge nowadays. So it's like, maybe they get 2 shirts from this printer, 2 shirts from that printer.
Yeah. And everyone's doing their best.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, everyone's just kind of figuring this new model out.
Yeah.
And so we're just trying to do our best to like, we want like 100% quality all the time. So little things like that kind of like help, like kind of deter us from that. So,
it sets us up for failure, and then they're disappointed and we're disappointed. So, and at that point, I'll make a decision saying like, this working relationship doesn't work. It makes sense for us. It's better off to let them go and let them find a better photographer that works better for their business model. We can't do it. We're just losing sleep over it, and we're just upsetting them, and then they're not being able to release their clothes on time. It's a vicious cycle, and I'm just like, no one wins here, so it's easier to let it go.
We'd rather have like good, solid like 10 clients than like stressful 30.
So like that's what I've been trying to get him to like understand is like that doesn't work for us.
So no,
it sets us up for failure.
No more working from the crib. New studio space, new location.
Yeah.
Whole new vibe for 2024 moving forward.
Yes.
We've been there. We've shot stuff there.
Yes.
It's awesome. We know there's spots on the exterior that are our spots. So if we see other brands utilizing them.
Oh, we won't use it again.
I'm just kidding.
Never.
Like,
That belongs
It is amazing though. It's
it
like,
belongs to this.
it's the front and the back.
I was going to do the standard trust.
No, please use those. You can need recommendations and referrals. We can give them. I know you have a hard out today.
What time is
we
it?
got now?
It's 11:40.
40.
We appreciate you. I know this was a big ask for Paul to come on here.
No,
Look directly at the camera, babe.
I'm happy to do it.
It was not as bad, right?
No, because it's you
No.
guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
You are like a family friend to us, you know?
Yeah.
Our family to Jared's
I
family.
remember exactly the day that I met you. And I don't know the exact day. I remember when I met you because that was the day that we met you in K-Town.
Huh?
Remember this at all?
No,
It was like a
I got
rainy
that
day.
brain. Yeah.
We were eating at Myeongdong Gyeoja,
Say
The
that again?
dumpling place.
MDK.
Oh,
the
yeah,
dumpling
that place is fire.
Yeah.
You had that one?
Of course.
Paul
the
and
big
I were
ass
just
ones?
there, and you walked in with Tiny Amelia.
Oh,
at the,
yeah, she
on
loved that
time.
place, man.
And then I was like,
You
that's-
put me on to it.
Did I say?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yup.
And it was very cute because he's all like, Jimmy loves Korean food.
Dude, it's so good. That's all we eat. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he put us on to a place called Momo for a long time. Tell me about Momo.
It's like it used to be a pretty good spot. It was like in Vernon, like literally.
Oh, I have been there.
Yeah, but
Yes.
it's.
I'm sorry.
They
I'm
moved
sorry. I got
downtown.
excited.
They're not really there anymore. I mean, they're there, but it's kind of different.
That place was good.
It was good.
It was like the most legit Korean.
Did it
place
change
here.
ownership?
No,
It was that official.
Yeah,
It's
like
not
without
over.
having to go to Koreatown.
All right.
That was probably the
Yeah.
most efficient. It was actually really good,
Really
even
good.
for
we found a new
Koreatown
spot
You did you?
in what is it, Almonte?
Oh, yeah, it's fire. Yeah, we can go.
No,
Nah.
Montebello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you didn't have to run, I'd say we go
Montebello.
today.
I know, so
Jesus.
random. We're like, we gotta go somewhere.
Jared, pick that up, your mic.
Well, I think
Oh,
It's really good.
yeah. Well,
But you say
different.
it's as
It's dead
official as you could get without going to K Town. And I see now it's like I see obviously Korean barbecue spots all throughout the city. I almost went to Chris's barbecue in Pasadena yesterday. We were over there and I'm like, oh, that place looks official.
Chris's?
Yeah, I think that's what I was saying. Chris's Korean barbecue.
Is that the name of the place?
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh,
that's not legit because
But that's what I'm
Chris.
saying. Like, yeah, like
Because it says Chris.
Like, it should be like Park or Kim's or
yeah. That's no brainer.
Chris.
Yeah.
Who's Chris?
But so you do get a lot of people opening Korean barbecue spots in the city,
yeah.
and they're not official.
It's so strange to see.
That's a weird thing to do. I think.
between
It is weird.
K-pop, K-drama, and K-barbecue and Korean food in general to see it explode like this has
It's
been
so
so
fucking good.
bizarre.
it is bizarre.
It is
It's
weird.
super bizarre, and I'm super happy for all the business owners in Koreatown. But fuck, it's
Trader Joe's has mad
Yeah, dude.
Korean food.
is it
now.
Trader
crazy.
Kim's?
Trader
Yeah.
Kim. Dude,
Uh,
yeah, Koreatown is so different for us now. We can't even go to the
Yeah, you
same.
don't
We
wanna
can't
go
even
there.
go to
favorite
our
places
favorite
are gone.
restaurants anymore because they're so packed now.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, it's
What-
different.
not growing up in K Town but having such an affluent part of such a major city there, was there like a sense of pride for you guys at like, and K Town always was like, I always heard back in the day, like, yo, don't mess around in K Town.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
you know. I'm like, damn,
he's
all
been
right.
going there since we were like 14. Because you can drink there.
Oh, it's
I
kids.
I
as
used
kids.
to go
No way.
clubbing when I was 13 with a fake ID.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we grew up differently.
Karaoke spots.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like the underground ones where you have to know someone and they would open the door for you at 2 a.m.
Get out of here.
So then you can stay there till 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Slot.
It's crazy.
I was
Those are
mind
gone.
blown. The first time I saw it,
So
like,
So
a
super gone.
So long gone.
karaoke spot, I was like, yo, this is incredible. We're like locked in this little room.
Yeah.
Like everyone's staring at each other all awkwardly. Keep bringing us beer though. You know.
Yeah. You would see-
Millennials do not drink at all.
Yeah,
So like
it's
the days
different.
that clubs are gone, they like experiences. They like to fine dine. They love cafes. It's just so different.
Fuck these kids, man.
No, man.
I don't know about tradition.
Yeah. But it was fun back then. I mean, you would see like,
It was fun and scary.
yeah, you would see like pop stars and shit walking around
No
because it was
way.
like, it was so secluded
Yeah.
and like you can get away with shit. Like you would see like Backstreet Boys walk by or like, NSYNC walk by and like
They would
Weezer
come
and
to
shit.
the Korean clubs.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
How did that
Nicolas
part of the
Cage was
city
always
develop
there.
as such a get out of here.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
He married her cousin's best friend.
Oh, get outta
Oh,
here.
okay,
Alright.
okay.
Damn,
I
you guys
remember
are in Nicolas Cage's in your family.
No.
No.
Not in our family.
In our fourth degree outer circle.
Yeah, fourth degree honors.
What made that part of the city be the section that such a huge population of Korean people
Oh.
came to?
I mean, that was
That's-
that was pre our time for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just kind of built there,
All right.
you know.
Yeah. Like,
Another dumb question. Sorry.
No,
I'm gonna take a guess at it and say the Korean churches dictated where Koreans decided to live. Because
Gotcha.
I think church was such a community that like that's kind of how my parents fell into the Korean community around the valley as well. Like we lived near our church. That was our community. And that's what we did things with.
Catholic church?
Christian.
Christian, all right.
So I think I'm going to go with the churches. Like that's when
makes
OMC,
sense. Yeah.
OMC
Oh, yeah,
was such the big church back then. And that was in K-Town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was massive.
I mean, all of our families had liquor stores there and shit.
No way.
Yeah.
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 You still go steal booze as kids from them?
No, but at least we had a bathroom to go to. When you're like drinking all night, you're like, fuck.
So now that it's so popular there, where are your favorite spots to go to? If the spots, what were your favorite spots before it got as popular and populated as it is? And where do you go now?
Damn, that's a good question.
Quarters?
No.
That's just the
God.
easiest one for me to say.
That plaza was so different back then.
Oh yeah.
It was really,
The original
Yeah.
inner
So
crew.
yeah, super.
Their original inner crew was there, which was Da Vinci's was in that plaza. None of that stuff exists
Renaissance.
anymore. Renaissance. I used to
Um,
play Dance Dance Revolution.
That plaza, though, if you wanted to get in a fight, that was where you go.
That's where I've gotten
Yeah.
in fights there.
Yeah,
And
we've
the
been-
hallway in the bathroom at inner crew.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
that shit
now,
was
now where?
to go fight.
No. No, if you're gonna recommend someone to go get Korean barbecue now,
Oh, Korean
Oh,
what's the
barbecue.
spot that you go to?
Oh my God, honestly, that's been a struggle in general. Finding a spot that has good service, that has seating, that has reservations,
No,
that's
I'm,
not overly priced
I'm
now.
afraid to blow up the spot so that we can't go back.
Yeah.
But there's, I mean, there's.
Named
The
bad
spots
one.
of the one that we went for
I
your
know.
birthday.
Oh, see that one we found because
The other spot.
the other
is very
spot in the
packed.
corner got packed because of BTS.
No, but that's King Chang. We started going because their taechang is so good, and that's
Oh.
large intestine.
Large
Huh?
intestine's delicious.
So we started going there for the large intestine and found like, oh, the other cuts of beef are good too.
The spot you used to go to, BTS went there, and now it's blown.
Yeah, Agashi
Yeah.
Gopchang.
I guess, yeah,
It's
blown,
fully
dude.
blown.
Damn.
They got like a white host.
It's like me. You want some bulgogi?
That's what he sounded like.
That's exactly what it is.
You want some kimbap?
Oh, and then full disrespect, they seated people before. They seated a white family ahead of us, even though we were there first.
Oh, I almost
And
killed
he
him because I was
he
hungry.
was so upset.
I was hungry and I fucking lost it on him.
Yeah, he did. He got
That's
very
fucked
upset.
up.
He was hangry again.
Yeah.
Don't mess with Paul when he's angry.
I know.
I gotta keep candy in my purse. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, she needs snacks.
She just had a little pot of
I know, right?
I know. If you guys
know.
have some
Yeah.
gummy bears
Yeah.
or candy,
Like no
A little
cookies.
fish,
Oh, yeah.
little fish
Gotta make
cakes.
sure.
He's just handing fish cakes the whole time.
all you would hear, and then he had all these crumbs on his boobs.
Oh,
Like it just
man.
all lived there
On my chest, not my boobs.
on your chest.
I
But
You at the
I,
gym this morning?
did.
Damn.
I know I can't tell, but I did.
No, I can tell.
Thanks.
Thanks.
people always say, Paul, do you work out with Young? And he's like, God damn it, yes, I work out.
Yeah, it's a struggle.
You guys hit the gym together?
Because you're not doing enough mirror post selfies.
That's true.
We do go to the gym together. So every morning we go together. We try to get there at 5.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
The struggle is real. So we
Hard.
get there around 5 to 5:30, and then we work out about an hour and a half and come home.
Nobody's there though, right?
No, there's our morning crew. We all say
Okay.
hi to each other.
Senior citizen crews there.
Yeah.
We're there with the old peoples.
My back.
Yeah.
We just had a customer come in and he was recommending hot yoga to us. He said hot yoga.
I
is
can't do hot
incredible.
yoga.
No.
I fall asleep.
Really?
I've taken him to yoga and he snores. So I was like,
Rose, it wasn't hot though.
it was warm. It wasn't
Okay.
even hot.
All
so
right.
imagine if I took him to hot.
Excuse me. The next move.
Ugh.
Yeah. Dude,
And
the
then-
instructor was like, she was
No.
cracking up. She
And
was
he's
laughing at me.
super duper inflexible. So like he'll have like 3 blocks in one hand, and like the instructor will come and like help him move him. He's like, I can't, and then he'll snore. It's just not for
No
Paul.
way.
Yeah.
How
Yoga's
long did you
not
try
for
it
Paul.
for?
I've taken you twice.
Yeah, maybe twice.
It's not for him. So
I'm gonna try this hot yoga.
I want
I'm
to
good
try.
at it.
I want him to try Pilates
You're very
next.
Oh,
You tried
Pilates,
Pilates
yeah,
once.
yeah.
No, that sounds horrible too.
No jujitsu?
I want to try jujitsu just because
One day.
one day. 'Cause, I mean, we shoot for like
AP?
AP, like, oh, shout out to
Shout out
RV.
RV.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't bring RV up. I love RV.
RV's the man.
RV's the
Yes.
man. Bear, AJ, all those guys, they're the best. Yeah, they've been trying to get us to do it, but like
They're very
He's there
supportive
every
of it.
night,
They
yeah.
give us geese and they're like, try it once. And then I'll honestly ask, do I have to take all my jewelry off? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, that sounds like so much work.
Might get cauliflower.
she'd be really
Yeah.
fucking good at it though.
Yeah, I think you will. You should do it.
Yeah.
I am generally flexible. So he thinks I would be really good at it. But I'm just like,
Because once you get me on my back, I'm like a big turtle. I can't like get up easily.
yeah.
And
He's
so like
down.
that,
He's just
the idea,
down.
the
He's
idea
down.
of like,
So I
I
know
lost.
he's super easy to pin. Like
Yeah.
he's all
Oh,
upper
man.
body weight.
yeah, the
Kayla's
idea.
good, right?
It was good.
Alright.
Yeah. Oh,
I
Leveling up.
your whole family does it?
All the kids will start going soon. My
does
Jo-
Taylor do it?
Yeah.
Oh, she
Damn.
does.
She started since 5.
So when you guys fight at home, everyone just like jujitsu,
Oh, yeah,
like,
it's like, put on your
choking
gi.
each other.
Put on your gi. Let's go.
Meet in the garage.
Yeah.
The mats are out.
Royal Rumble. Oh man.
I mean, you got all girls. So yeah, I love that they do it.
Joey will start going.
Your mic.
Joey will start going.
Wait, and when will Chloe?
I know, just
Like another few years. It's fine.
I think you should just start them at the same
have
time.
you tried?
No.
No?
Once or twice. I went with him. Yeah.
You like it?
I do like it. I just yeah, I grew up wrestling, so it's like I think once I turned my mind off from that, I was like I had enough of that type of thing. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, pictures of you and like
and in a singlet and all. Yeah.
show us.
That was like the number one thing. Like other skaters that knew I wrestled, it was like I was getting fried, man. Like
Oh,
they're like
that's
nice singlet, man.
Oh,
Next time we
That's
do
fucked up,
this, we'll interview you guys.
yeah. 'cause
Has
there's a
anyone done
lot-
that for you guys yet?
No.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't realize that I met you through Jimmy.
That's right.
Because I met Dev before you.
For me, yeah.
I have the first picture of the first time we met too.
From the
Spring
not
Street.
from that Fly Society shit.
No,
was
this
it?
is you were visiting Nino.
Oh no way.
Yeah, and then Nino used to come by all the time.
Yeah. The one out front at the outside
cafe.
eating. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Damn,
you're-
that was the first time.
Yeah. Like you're like in the background, like sitting.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's interesting too because you guys have a lot of mutual friends outside of me.
Yeah.
That's why it's
We
so
do.
surprising
Yeah.
that you met through me.
The only
you know?
Korean I met through a white man. Like seriously.
Yeah,
I
that's
know,
true.
I know.
I feel part
Yeah.
Korean now.
That's
though.
why-
I think you are
Yeah.
more Korean than
Yeah.
That's why it's very different for me. It feels
Yeah.
different. Like it's like, oh, I made this friend not through my.
Damn, that's
Korean
fucked
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, that's fucked
He
up.
thinks lesser of you guys.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
friend.
That's why.
The disrespect.
Like season 2, bro. What the fuck? Like,
That's funny, man.
Like-
It was a good thing.
we're not even the first photographer. Like, fuck, man. I get it. That's cool.
But now look
Now look at us.
at us.
Yeah, we're here, bro. We did it.
All right. We'll let you guys get on the road. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming today.
Thank
This was
Thank you,
awesome.
guys.
This was a good dialogue. And one last tidbit. What would you share to a younger Paul that has a even if it's not photography?
You can speak straight to our intern Gabe over there.
Say it right into that camera.
Gabe. Actually, no, we do have our intern here, Gabe, who's 19 doing this. As a photographer?
I just
Oh, just
Anyone
fucking
is-
care.
just care, huh?
Just fucking care. Like, I don't care what you do. Just care about, like, whether you do photography or clothing design or anything. Like, focus and care more than the next person, because that's really what stands out.
Yeah, that's
Like,
where the resilience really comes in. And
Yeah.
that's where you'll be separated from the others. Like, if
Yeah.
you don't care and you're just doing it for, I don't know, because everyone else is doing it or for clout, it's never going to work.
That's why you didn't quit.
yeah, I mean, it was just
Because
like,
he cares.
Yeah,
And
like-
he cares about the clients. He cares about the people. He cares about the clothes. Sometimes too much. I'm like, zoom out more.
Yeah, no. I
You won't.
genuinely, I mean, I feel like I've had a fucking crash course in fashion just
Yeah.
because of the things that I've seen and done and been around. But like, I generally care about that and also care about photography. Like, it's like a hobby too. So like, you know what I mean?
Making
Just,
money doing your house.
yeah. I mean, fuck, just care.
Just care. That's it. Just fucking
Yeah,
care.
fucking care.
All right.
Yeah.
See you later.